janati tava jananam kalo na janati tava samapanam drushto maya tava महाकारः योगेश्वर कालकाल योगेश्वर कालकाल.
Let's address one of the most bizarre myths floating around. The claim that Isha Foundation is built on an elephant corridor. Really? Are we seriously suggesting that elephants are out there filing legal complaints about zoning violations? It's almost comical how far people will stretch a narrative without bothering to check the facts. So let's break this down for our dear environmental activists who probably learned the term elephant corridor from a meme page or some script written by someone with just enough knowledge to be dangerous. So to all of you screaming elephant corridor, here's a simple question. Can you even define what an elephant corridor is? Or are you just parroting what your so-called handlers told you? You didn't do your homework, so let me help you out. An elephant corridor isn't some mystical, magical forest where elephants just wander. It's a narrow, clearly defined stretch of land that links elephant habitats, not some random forest where they decide to take a stroll. And let's be clear, an elephant corridor is not in Coimbatore. It's a narrow strip of land, usually about 100 meters to 1 kilometer wide, connecting habitats. Not every forest where elephants roam is a corridor. Isha Yoga Center is not and has never been built on forest land or an elephant corridor. It stands 100% on Patta land, legally owned, documented and verified. Yet, here we are with a brigade of so-called activists waving placards and chanting corridor, corridor like they're auditioning for some drama club. To put this nonsense to rest once and for all, let's look at the facts. So let me present you. A document verified through forensic level scrutiny by the Tamil Nadu Forest Department has unequivocally concluded that Isha Yoga Center is built on Patta land, legally owned and properly documented. The report clearly states that Isha has not encroached on any forest land or elephant corridor. In 2013, an RTI response confirmed there are no elephant corridors in the Coimbatore district. None. Shocking, right? Almost as shocking as realizing that those waving the elephant corridor flag probably haven't even glanced at a map. The nearest one miles away in Nilgiris. And no, this isn't some whispered conspiracy. It's officially documented by credible agencies like the Wildlife Trust of India and the Tamil Nadu Forest Department. Facts. Folks, try them sometime. But hey, why let the truth ruin a dramatic narrative? Emotional visuals of elephants trudging through forests tug at heartstrings and rake in views. The real irony? Actual threats to elephant corridors like illegal mining and unchecked urban sprawl barely get a mention. But sure, keep blaming the wrong address. Here's the real question. If Isha Yoga Center isn't on any officially or unofficially identified elephant corridor, then what's the fuss about? Are people twisting facts to fit their lies? Or is it just another attempt to throw false accusations and hope they stick? Now let's think about the bigger picture. Why is Isha being targeted? Why are so many governments and especially the so-called truth exposers, the yellow media, fixated on it? Before Isha Yoga Center came to Coimbatore, the region was a free-for-all for illegal logging, wildlife trafficking and unchecked ecological destruction. Law enforcement? Absent. The government? Too busy taking selfies and attending photo ops. Then Isha shows up, cleaning up the mess with projects like Cauvery calling, reversing years of damage while creating sustainable livelihoods for the locals. And what does this good work get them? False accusations. Because some self-proclaimed environmental activists and media houses can't stand the fact that the real change is happening right under their noses. Those media houses and the so-called troublemakers, shame on you. If you spent half the time exposing illegal industrial projects or urban sprawl that's actually decimating real elephant habitats, maybe India's wildlife would have a fighting chance. But instead, you're too busy manufacturing outrage over baseless claims while the real environmental threats go unchecked. To the liars out there, I have one simple question. Why aren't you protesting against industries and urbanization that actually destroys forests and wildlife? Or is your activism just for the photos and Instagram posts? And let's talk about these so-called activists for a moment. How about we discuss Sadhguru's Save Soil movement? This man, at an age where most people are happily lounging in retirement, decides to ride a motorcycle across dangerous, rugged terrains, raising awareness about soil degradation. A dangerous stunt at his age? Absolutely. But what do these activists and media outlets do instead of applauding his courage? They throw baseless accusations at Isha and trash an organization that's actively trying to save the planet. Is this your idea of activism? Attacking a man trying to save the world while turning a blind eye to real dangerous threats? Let's get something straight. This isn't about protecting nature. This is about attacking Isha, a global organization making real progress. It's easier to target a popular, successful movement than it is to take on the real culprits, industries and urban sprawl that are wiping out wildlife forests. It's easier to sit in an office, type a few sensational articles and call yourself an activist than to roll up your sleeves and deal with the actual problems that are killing the planet. Here's an eye-opening observation. When it comes to the elephant corridor debate, no one seems to mention the church lands nearby. Isn't that curious? Elephants apparently have developed a divine GPS system, skipping over church land and heading straight for Isha's property. Maybe these elephants are following land ownership laws now. What's next? Do they follow traffic lights too? But hey, who needs facts when creating controversy is the real goal, right? Let's be clear. This isn't about protecting nature. It's about attacking a popular institution, which is actually making a difference. It's easier to target Isha, a global organization, than to actually go after the industries and urban sprawl that are obliterating real elephant habitats. It's easier to sit in an air-conditioned office and write a few sensational articles and call yourself an activist than to actually get your hands dirty and work on the real problems. Listen up. Don't fall for these fabricated narratives. These so-called activists and media outlets are playing a dirty game, manipulating public opinion and for their own gain. The real agenda to tear down institutions that are bringing India's heritage, wisdom and solutions to the global stage. My request to everyone, don't let these lies and twisted stories mislead you. These activists and media outlets are not interested in protecting nature. They are focused on discrediting institutions that are working to elevate India's legacy and solve real problems. Don't just skim the surface. Dive deeper. Research, investigate, find the truth. Don't take everything at face value. When you look beyond the noise, question everything, stand firm in the truth. Never let the false narrative control your beliefs and shape your actions.